Flappers and Women's Suffrage, a documentary by Sophia and Regan. The flappers of the 1920s cut their hair into a short bob, plastered their faces in makeup, and had a fun time spending their days away with a drink in one hand, a cigarette in another, and their feet constantly moving to the jazz.
But how do women get all this freedom? That all started with women's suffrage. The struggle for women to vote and run for office was a big problem in the mid-19th century. Women formed organizations to rise up and fight for the right to vote.
The 19th Amendment that gave women the right to vote was ratified on August 18, 1920. It was a long struggle for women, taking decades to achieve victory.
The 19th Amendment said, "Equality of rights under the law shall not be abridged by the United States or by any state on account of sex." After this, women had taken one step closer towards being in the same social class as men without discrimination.
After the 19th Amendment was passed, women had split up into two major groups. One was the old woman, the Gibson girl, long hair and stuck in household chores, and the younger generation, which was commonly known as the flappers. Instead of sticking to long hair, women cut it into short bobs and didn't want to be tied down by marriage like the traditional women. Flappers were northern, young, single, middle-class women. At night, they went to jazz clubs and speakeasies. Women became more carefree. They drank and smoked more than ever before. They trimmed down almost every piece of clothing in order to make movement easier, and soon the hem of their skirts rose to the shocking height of below the knee, and they carried a scandalous image. Although the flappers loved to party, they still worked, mostly as clerks in stores, in order to relate to other women looking to shop. The flappers represented the new changed women in America after World War I. Diary entry about flappers and women's suffrage, unknown.
We women have been suppressed so much, made to feel like household chores and pleasing men is all that we are meant for. But now I feel that we are no less. We have a say, a position in this male-dominated society, and soon we shall be treated as equals in all areas of life.
I am an independent woman now. If I need to fight for my rights, freedom, and achieve equality for my fellow women and future generations of women, I need to set an example, just like Coco Chanel. Coco Chanel is one of the first women to wear trousers and cut her hair. Coco Chanel's a spark, and we need to spread this fire now.
The biggest changes that have taken place for women are employment and independence in terms of our clothing. It has changed to a bustless, waistless, hipless silhouette attire. We certainly don't want restricted household roles, and we are flappers, flapping our wings to new heights and to never-ending possibilities and opportunities.
To people, we are women who wish to break all norms of society and do things that are otherwise considered not so feminine. However, when we walk the street in our straight-line chemise with skirts and wedges and bobbed-cut hair, we speak of change, freedom, equality, and independence, because Lord knows that we deserve every bit of it.
The 1920s saw a vast expansion of Hollywood filmmaking, making it to the worldwide stage. The 1920s was a time for the movie industry to really blossom and expand. It was the beginning of the studio and the birth of the star. The majority of filmmaking actually took place in the Hollywood area. In fact, during the 1920s, around 800 movies were being created each year. Hollywood itself was the rise of a new cultural phenomenon. The Flappers, a 1920s American silent comedy film starring Olive Thomas, directed by Alan Crosland. The film was first in the United States to portray the flapper lifestyle, which has soon become a 1920s fad and a promoted picture of the new reinvented American woman. Most movies at the time were silent. The Jazz Singer was the first movie with sound in America. The Wizard of Oz was another revolutionary film from Hollywood and the first movie with color.
This new modern age was fast-paced, lively, and fun for all those who enjoyed it.